Hello, everyone, and welcome back to more Beyond Earth news. I'm Zach, and with me, as always, is David. What do we got going on today?
Yeah, today we're going to look into Firefly and the launch of their Alpha rocket. Recently, they've had a couple of scrubs, but they were recently able to get it into space and get their payload into orbit. So we'll be taking a look at that.
All right, well, we haven't talked about Firefly or Alpha yet, so this should be a good one.
As I mentioned, Firefly, an end-to-end space transport company, was able to complete their fifth launch with the Alpha rocket. The mission, called Noise of Summer, was conducted as part of their Venture-class launch services demonstration under contract with NASA. The launch took place on July 3rd, with liftoff occurring at 9:04 p.m. Pacific Time. The rocket lifted off from Firefly's fog-enshrouded SLC-2 at Vandenberg Space Force Base, located in California. The rocket launched right at the start of its 30-minute launch window and successfully made it through all launch milestones as it climbed its way to orbit. The rocket also created an amazing jellyfish effect during its ascent into orbit.
Alpha carried a payload of 8 CubeSats. These were selected as part of NASA's CubeSat launch initiative, which provides cheap access to space for U.S. educational institutions and nonprofits. The CubeSats on this mission come from Teachers in Space, the universities of Arizona, Kansas, Maine, and Washington, and from NASA. As for Alpha, the rocket is 97 feet or 30 meters tall and is capable of carrying 2,270 pounds or 1,030 kilograms into low Earth orbit. This makes it on the larger side of the small lift category of launch vehicles. It has 4 Reaver engines powering its first stage and 1 Lightning engine on the second stage. It's made up of carbon fiber composites, which are strong but lightweight, which allows for heavier payloads at a lower cost.
After delivering its payload to an orbit around 510 kilometers or 317 miles, Alpha's second stage was reignited. Firefly then conducted a plane change maneuver. Both of these actions were conducted to test Alpha's capabilities and demonstrate Firefly's ability to make changes to orbit mid-mission.
Finally, what's next for Firefly? They are already in the final testing phase for their next launch for customer Lockheed Martin. At the same time, they are preparing for the first mission of their Electra orbital vehicle, which will be the payload on the 7th Alpha launch. Finally, the company is completing work on their lunar lander Blue Ghost. All 3 of these missions are planned to be launched this year.
There you have it, a quick look at Firefly and the Alpha rocket and the recent Firefly missions. Overall, mostly I feel that this is a good next step. They had a couple scrubs earlier, and were able to get it back up and going very quickly, and that's always encouraging. Um, the CubeSats are pretty cool little satellites that universities and nonprofits can use, and it's great that they were able to get those up into orbit. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, like you said, I like the opportunity that the CubeSats give, you know, up and coming, students interested in the industry. They get that hands-on experience working on a satellite, but nice little tiny cheap one. And then as far as Firefly, I'm really looking forward to what they're doing. It looks like they're starting to get their launch cadence up. Kind of we're only on their 5th launch, so that's not like they're up there with SpaceX or Rocket Lab, but
Not yet.
not yet. But they're definitely starting to get going with that. They've got 2 more launches they want to do this year, and then I'm also really excited in their the Blue Ghost. Their lunar lander. They're looking at more than just low Earth orbit. They're looking at solar system. So all in all, I like kind of their vision and how they want to be part of like this kind of expansive transportation system. Low Earth orbit, the moon, even NASA's looking at them for potential work around Mars. So that's just kind of some of my thoughts on all of this. Of course, we always want to hear from our viewers, so please leave a comment down below.
If you've made it this far, please like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching.